Hey, what's up everyone? Pete the Guttural Monk here. I've only got a short stack of stuff to share with you guys today. This is going to be my last collection update video of 2016. I have a bunch of stuff still in transit, but I'll probably get around to posting that early 2017, obviously, like first week of January, something like that, just to have those releases see a little bit of love before the 2017 stuff starts piling in. I've been stupid busy recently. I apologize for kind of fucking up the end of the year with not many videos. But I just bought a new car. I just booked a trip to Iceland. My money situation is just kind of fucked right now. So I haven't been buying nearly as much stuff. But like I said, I still have a couple things to share with you guys. Well, to get things started, this one is one that Josh Armijo actually shared and reviewed on his channel. This is the first full-length from Eternal Champion. This one's called The Armor of Ire, out right now on No Remorse Records. These guys hail from Austin, Texas. They are straight up Manila Road worship, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is probably one of the best heavy metal albums that I've heard all year. If you're into that kind of like, you know, fantasy-driven heavy metal, you guys will absolutely love this. I gotta say, the vocalist does such a fantastic job of just meeting the standards of bands like Manila Road, even a little bit of like kind of Manowar influence going on to it, but really kick-ass stuff. These guys had a demo out in 2013, something like that, The Last King of Pictum. That was fantastic. I really hope that gets reissued at some point so I can have a physical copy of that in my collection. But definitely give this a shot. Eternal Champion, The Armor of Ire. Absolutely love this album. This is the third full length from Wormrot. This is Voices. It's out right now on Auric Records. Wormrot, obviously, they're out of Singapore. Unfucking believable grindcore album. This is so high up in my end of the year list. I haven't decided where it's actually going to get placed yet. I cannot stop listening to it. If you haven't heard this stuff yet, you need to check this out if you're a fan of grindcore, death metal, power violence, anything fucking hard, fast, heavy, aggressive. I mean, this is just fucking it. And I apologize, the jewel case kind of split in two there on me, but I wanted to show you guys. I ordered this on, I don't even remember, it might have been Amazon, to be completely honest with you. When I opened it up, to my surprise, there was actually an insert of a signed picture of the band. I said, that's fucking cool and different. I didn't expect that. And then when I actually took it out of the jewel case, it came with a second signed picture of the band. So I'm going to do a giveaway at some point. I'm going to give this one away. I'm going to keep one for myself. But if you're a fan of Wormrot and your copy didn't come with a signed picture, I apologize. That means I got yours. If I had to pick one song, it would be track 16. It's called Compassion is Dead. The riff that closes that track it's so simple, but it is one of the most effective pummeling, fucking kick someone in the throat riff that I've heard in a very long time. Like I said, I absolutely love this album. It's going to be super high on my end of the year list. I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't done so. Wormrot never disappoints. Like I said, this is their third full length. Abuse, Dirge, Voices. This is the strongest release that I think they've had. Absolutely love it. This is the second full length from Spheron. This is a Clockwork Universe, out right now on Apostasy Records. Really fucking pretty cool technical death metal. These guys remind me a lot of my band Apocryphix. It's why I kind of got into them right off the bat. If you were a fan of Human from earlier in the year, you would definitely appreciate what these guys are doing. I mean, this is a very good technical death metal album that I've seen fly under the radar a lot this year. I don't think I've really seen anybody talk about this one. Like I said, second full length. First one was back in 2013, The Ecstasy of God. These guys were once called Emmanuel Cunt, which is such a bad name. But like I said, check out A Clockwork Universe. This is some really good technical death metal. This next album is from one of my favorite bands of all time, and I honestly didn't really know what to think about it when Metal Blade kind of announced it a couple months back. I didn't know what direction the band was going to go in. I didn't know if they were going to, you know, kind of progress further into the sound that they created with albums like Kiss the Lie and What Doesn't Kill You, or if they were going to go back to kind of earlier stuff like Surrealistic Madness and Beyond Reasonable Doubt and Process of Self-Development and even 300% Density. Obviously, I'm talking about Candiria. This is the brand new one from them. This is While They Were Sleeping. This album really impressed the hell out of me. They kind of blended a little bit of all of their discography into the feeling of this album. Obviously, it is geared a little bit towards the later end of their discography. They kind of dropped a little bit of the heavy death metal influence that you find on like the first four albums. But this one, the songwriting is impressive. Carly Coma sounds absolutely fantastic. His voice is sounding better than ever. Not as many jazz passages as I would have hoped for in a new Candiria album, but I really like the direction that they were going in on this one. I hope they're not done, because like I said, this is one of my favorite bands of all time. say what you will about Candiria, but if you haven't heard those first 4 albums, you're really missing out on probably some of the best experimental death metal or metalcore that you'll ever hear. There's so few bands that can merge death metal and jazz and rap and do it so well. But like I said, check out the new one from them. This is While They Were Sleeping, out right now on Metal Blade Records. Really impressive stuff that I hope they continue and make more music, because I've missed them dearly. This next one's a black metal album out of Norway. I'm probably going to butcher the band name here, but I'm going to go with Kvalvaag. Name of the album is Malum. This is out right now on Dusktone. Cool little digipack release on this one. Pretty simplistic packaging, straightforward, semi-melodic black metal. Not really reinventing the wheel here at all, but I did think this was a solid release. This one came out back in June. I think I had streamed it like the week it came out, and then it just appeared in Pagan Flames Productions distro a couple weeks ago, so I snagged that one. Glad I have it. Really dig the cover art. Pretty cool shit. Just 2-man black metal. One guy handles all the guitar, bass, and vocals. The other guy does all the drumming. These guys had another album out back in 2014 called Noema. And I liked that one a lot. I don't own a physical copy of that one yet, but I've seen that in distros all over the place. So check it out. Again, I'm going to go with Kvalvaag, and this is Malum, out right now on Dusktone. Next up is an album I've been looking forward to for a long time now, ever since 2014's Tam and Shoed. This is the new one from Auric. This is called Mute Books. It's out right now on Profound Lore. If you remember, I shared From Forgotten Worlds on vinyl a couple updates ago. That was a great reissue, kind of held me over till this one finally got released. This is definitely an evolved sound from Tam and Shoed. They're not trying so hard to be that like ultra claustrophobic and suffocating atmospheric death metal. This is a little bit more open and almost has like a little bit more, obviously, experimentation going on to it, but it has like kind of an avant-garde approach to it. It's all over the place. It's not as thrashy as From Forgotten Worlds is at all. This is definitely more in blackened territory. It's really creepy, really kind of occult, and the cover art is one of my favorites of the entire year. It's all stippled. It's just an absolutely fucking beautiful piece. And check out Mute Books, because I think this is their most like mature and complete release so far. These guys are from Canada, Vancouver, Canada. Yeah, Auric, Mute Books, awesome stuff. Check it out. Initially released on vinyl, and I shared this one in an update video a couple months ago, but this is finally out on CD. This is the self-titled Wode full-length debut album. This is out right now on Vendetta Records. Pretty cool. They stuck with the gold disc. I have it on gold vinyl, so I really appreciate that one. A little bit of consistency there. These guys are from Manchester, England. They play kind of straightforward black metal, a little bit of that kind of melodic influence going on to it. Fantastic songwriting. This is one of my favorite albums of the year. I said a lot of things about this album in, again, a previous update video, so go back and check that out. But now that it's reissued on CD, or finally out on CD, definitely check it out. Throw it in the car. This is a fucking excellent piece of black metal that hasn't gotten too much love. I have heard a couple people talk about it. I know Eric Bauer was really into this one, but check this shit out. Fucking killer black metal out of England. Before I get into the reissues, this is an album that, again, I shared on CD in my last collection update video. Totally has the potential to be one of my albums of the year, top album of the year. But I picked it up on vinyl, so I want to share that with you guys. This is Khemmis with Hunted, one of my favorite bands at the moment. Again, Absolution was my album of the year for 2015. This totally has potential to be album of the year, or even, top 3, top 5 album of the year for 2016. It's just on black vinyl, so I'm not really going to get into taking it apart and showing you guys, but I just figured I would share it since I got it. So Khemmis with Hunted, it's out right now on $20 spin. If you haven't heard Khemmis and you're into doom metal, sludge metal, stoner metal, fucking A, these guys are one of the best bands doing it right now. So yeah, check out Khemmis with Hunted if you haven't done so. Absolutely fucking near perfect piece of doom metal. It's fucking incredible. I got 2 reissues to share with you guys. First up is the Dead Infection Surgical Disembowelment reissue, out right now on Self-Made God Records. This was originally released back in 1993. Self-Made God just put it out a couple months ago. Comes in a really nice fold-out digi. All lyrics on this side, band picture on that. Really fucking good shit. I don't know if you're familiar with Dead Infection or not. These guys were out of Poland. Straight up Carcass worship. Carcass, Hemdale, that whole kind of, fucking noisy, muddy, sounds very, kind of damp in production. Very muffled, but very, very brutal. Obviously kind of like surgically themed, the entire album. But really, really fucking awesome stuff. I don't know. Carcass is the only band that comes to mind that I can say they are a direct comparison to. But you should check them out if you haven't done so. Pick up the reissue because it's fucking gorgeous. I think it was reissued once before in like 2001, but again, that was hard to find. And I love kind of throwing old, death metal albums in the collection that disappeared for the longest time. So check out Dead Infection, Surgical Disembowelment. This is the first EP from Visigoth, reissued by Swords and Chains Records. This is Final Spell. I fucking love Visigoth, and they play, like I said, cheese ball heavy metal, but they do it so well. I absolutely love their songwriting. Vocalist Jake Rogers is he's an absolute fucking monster. I love this EP. If you haven't checked out this or their debut full length, The Reverend King, that came out last year, highly recommend that you do so. That was one of my favorite albums of the year. But check out Visigoth. Love this stuff. Pick up the reissue. It's limited to 1,000 copies. I got 94 out of 1,000, if you could see that one. So get it now, Sword and Chains. I think they had like a Store Envy or Big Cartel or something like that I picked it up on. Very happy to see this one reissued. Fucking love Visigoth. That's all I got, guys. I'm going to do an album of the year list. Hopefully the last week of December, most likely the first week of January. It's going to be a top 16. I'm going to pick, obviously, my top 16 favorite albums of the year and share them with you guys one last time. I'm going to change this channel around a little bit next year. I'm going to try to update a whole lot more often. And I'm going to share just general collection updates with you guys because, like I said in previous videos, like I'm buying so much more stuff than what I'm actually sharing with you. And a lot of it is kind of like weird, and a lot of it's just completing, bits and pieces of certain bands' discographies. But I figured as it's coming in, I may as well share it with you because, I've picked up a couple, in my opinion, gems or grails this year, and I can't really work them into these videos, so I'm going to change shit around. I'm still going to keep with the 2017 collection updates, just so all the new albums get their own little piece of love and notoriety, if you will. But I'm going to have a little bit of extra stuff on top of all of it, and hopefully that'll mean more people can experience and find new bands and stuff like that. But that's it. I want to thank everybody for subscribing. Pushing 500 real fast. I can't believe there's 500 people that want to hear me vomit, especially because I don't update all that often. So thank you for sticking around. And yeah, have a fucking happy, safe fucking holiday season. And see you guys hopefully towards the end of the year. Cheers, guys.